Click test. This is going to be a wild one. However, before I get started, I need to state that this is an opinion. I know I should not have to say that, but this is the internet, which is all the reason you need. I have not talked about Sonic franchise and its problems since around a couple of years ago, while I expressed my disappointment with the franchise's social media and how it was being handled. And I also used to tweet, this was back when Twitter was still a thing and I still had my account, made countless tweets shitting on or flat out not defending the direction of Sonic Boom, the TV show. Since then, I have been working on a major project related to that TV show, but since that is a long while ago, I figured it would be a perfect time to revisit this rant or topic, if you will. Sonic has become the laughingstock of the gaming industry now. He shit his pants once or twice or so, now everyone relentlessly makes fun of him. With TV shows like Sonic Prime, it is easy to see the problem that was once not ours now becoming once and for all everyone's problem who is a Sonic fan or in fact different to him, such as myself. And before you bring up my Lego collection of him, yes, I acknowledge that I look like a buffoon of a guy saying that while I have collected a bunch of Lego Sonic sets, but those were aimed at my younger self crying out for help, since Lego Sonic sets is something I have wanted since I was 12 years old. The mainstream media. We hear critics say Sonic should die and be long forgotten, like those other Microsoft mascots who died out ages ago. We often see game critics bring up the fact that Sonic had a rough transition to 3D, when in fact fans think otherwise or defend their favorite games like Sonic Adventure 2 relentlessly, while criticizing some of the more recent titles like Generations for being boost to win, even though the boost is optional, and in fact not mandatory in order to beat the game. In other words, fans of the adventure titles felt the boost games were lacking in some aspects. Sonic's transition to 3D Sonic Adventure was rough around the edges, but still good nonetheless. It had 6 playable characters. Tails was akin to that, but he raced against Sonic. Knuckles had the treasure hunting stages, Gamma had the shooting, and Big had the fishing stages, while Amy was the slower damsel in distress type character in the first adventure game. They did the shooting and the fishing of Big to showcase the Dreamcast's capacity. So it is safe to say that in this day and age, if the adventure games were remade, they would have looked completely differently. But with the success of Sonic Movie 3, you can guarantee we will see a Sonic Heroes and potential Sonic Adventure 2 remake. But also, I could be wrong on that front. But seeing as Sega is a very cash grab and run type company, it would not surprise me. Other copycats like Bubsy the Bobcat or Awesome Possum failed. They had speed be the reward for good platforming. Or Rayman if you want a good platform game, to name one good platformer as an example. Sonic Legacy was forever changed since the movie franchise separated from the game's succeeds and Sonic Prime. Both bring in new fans. The issue isn't really Sega, but fans not knowing what they want from the games themselves. You read the YouTube comments and see a legion of fans arguing which Sonic game is their favorite or objectively good, when it is in fact a matter of opinion. It has gotten to the point where Sega themselves don't know what the fans want. Sonic 1 was a platformer, Sonic 2 was speed and platforming, Sonic 3 and Knuckles combined speed and platforming in exploration to be more intertwined than before. Sonic Adventure did what 3K did, however it had the shooting and fishing bits. Adventure 2 had the speed, shooting, and treasure hunting bits intertwined. Heroes had the teamwork mechanic theme going for it. 2006 was the exploration platforming kind of game. It came closer to what Sonic 2 tried to do in the level design department, even though that game was made for Silver, and had Silver stages be puzzle solving and flying lower pathways from Shadow and Sonic proportions of that game. Later we got games like Colors, Generations, Lost World, Rise of Lyric, which nearly killed us the second time, Forces, and now Sonic Frontiers, which is an open zone styled Sonic game, getting off the root of the franchise's problem while expressing itself in a Zelda type fashion. Making or designing levels for a Sonic level is demanding, as a lot of work is required for it to be polished and fun, as well as be the full to the brim of branching paths, while not sacrificing that speed fun philosophy. The reason Sonic did not fail was because his levels were designed with his controls in mind. Sonic 1 was mostly a platformer, but since the developers needed a feel for the character and designing levels around him, it would have to be a flawed first attempt, as it would end up becoming. And since this rant has been going on for a while, I can tell you that the main point I'm trying to make is that the problem isn't really Sega, but fans' ideas of what a Sonic game should consist of. But that is just my opinion. Remember, speed being the reward for good platforming is something that I came to the conclusion of from looking from older games that ripped off Sonic and failed. But there are games like Sonic Lost World which did something similar, and by that logic, it should be the perfect Sonic game, but a lot of fans are divided on that game to this day. Anyway, that was my rant about the Sonic problem. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope it was comprehensive enough to understand what I was trying to make. Well, in terms of a overall point, broader point. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the rant, please leave a like. That is all for now. See you in the next rant. That will be about AA games.